Alright, so here's the finished product. We're going to do a quick text wrapping, and if you follow what I say and what I do, you should be done with this assignment and surfing on the internet a lot sooner than you would have thought. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and click and open Adobe InDesign. I'll give you a second to do that. You might want to pause the video. Okay, then go to File, New Document, say OK. Click your text box tool. Click and drag out. Okay, then I'm going to go to the top up here and I'm going to go to Type, Fill with Placeholder Text. And that's instantly going to fill that text box with some placeholder text. Okay, I'm going to click on the black arrow tool. I'm going to drag this in just a little so we can fit the image of our pet on the other side. Before we did this assignment, I asked you to go to the internet and find an image of your dog or a pet in your family. Alright, so I found this picture. This isn't of my dog, but notice that it does have a white background around it. It's important that whatever animal you use has a white background around it so the text can wrap around it. It sees the white better. So I saved that to my desktop. I'm going to go back to InDesign and I'm going to hit Command D, and that's going to give me the option to place an image inside of my InDesign document. I'm going to click on the dog and say OK. I'm going to click. Note right here, if you clicked OK and you didn't see your dog, it's because it put it inside your text. Hit Command Z and then you'll be right where I am right here. So I'm going to click right there, okay, and then I'm going to go to Window, select Text Wrap, make sure it's up. If it was already up, just click on it, and then I'm going to click on my dog, and then I'm going to click this button right here. It's the text wrapping button. You can see there's a brown bounding box going around my dog now. That lets me know that there's a text wrapping feature set on that box. What I'm going to do from here is, if I were to pull my text over to the right, it would just wrap around the box. I want it to actually wrap around the dog, so I'm going to make sure that's selected. Make sure I have my dog selected. I'm going to go to Object, Clipping Path, Options. I'm going to say from none to detect edges, and I'm going to make sure that preview box is on. If I look at my dog right over here on the right, you can see that part of the dog is being cropped in too much. I'm going to bring the threshold back just a bit. You're going to see that fix itself. Okay, say OK. Alright, so now if I get my black arrow tool and I click away from everything and then click on my text and drag it to the right, you can see it's wrapping itself around the dog. I'm going to click and drag over both these things and move them into the center. I'm going to click on my text box and drag it by this handlebar. You're going to see it wraps it all around the dog. Okay, I can pull it down, and there my dog is set in the text. But say, case in point, I want my dog to not have text on top of its head. I want there to be a little space. Double click on your dog. You can see the little blue box going around it. Watch how that number grows as I go back to my text wrapping box and I click on this up arrow right here. You'll notice that the blue bounding box starts growing. Alright, so you can also, inversely, you can also bring it in so your text looks kind of like it's behind your dog. That's also really cool. There's several things you can do with that effect. Go ahead and play around with that. Maybe make it a little bit more important to you. You can go in here and change some of the words so they say different things about your dog. Maybe it's a poem about your dog. I don't know. Maybe your cat, your snake, your hippopotamus, whatever pet you have at home. Alright, so when you're done with this, you come have me check your work off, and you're free to do whatever you want for the rest of the period. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.